Hi, my name is Liz Bowen. I am a realtor and the owner of Red Bow Realty here in beautiful Colorado Springs. And what I want to talk to you about today is why it's so important for you to sign a buyer's agency agreement when you're working with a real estate professional. So first of all, I want to let you know that the name of this document is an exclusive right to buy listing agreement, which is kind of a confusing name. So from here on out, I'm just going to refer to it as a buyer's agency agreement. But this form is required by the state of Colorado, and therefore it's very important. Now, why should you sign a buyer's agency agreement? Let's start off first of all about talking about agency real quick. I know a lot of people think that an agent is just another word for a real estate professional, but that's actually not the case. If I'm going to be your agent specifically, then I have certain things that I can do for you that I can't do for you if I'm not acting as your agent, and instead I'm a transaction broker. Okay? So how do we create this agency relationship? It has to be in writing and signed, and that's why it's so important for you to have someone acting as an agent, and we can't do that without a signed buyer's agency agreement. Now, what is an agent then? An agent is more like a coach, right? Kind of like your personal trainer. An agent is going to sit down and talk strategy with you. They're going to give you advice and counsel. They're going to tell you what they would do if they were in your shoes. But if I'm not your agent, I can't do that. And again, I can't be an agent unless I have a signed buyer's agency agreement. My other option, or your other option, is for me to behave like a transaction broker. And that is a non-agency relationship. A transaction broker, instead of being like a coach, is more like a referee, right? A transaction broker is somebody whose loyalty is to the transaction, not to any one party, you or the seller. So a transaction broker is going to make sure that all of the right forms are filled out. They're going to make sure that everything is done legally by the book, and that the transaction is being monitored and managed until it successfully closes. And trust me, being a transaction broker is great, but it kind of ties my hands. I can't give you the advice and the counsel that you really want when you're working with a real estate professional. Most of my clients, goodness, almost all of my clients want me to be their agent. They want my expertise. They want my advice, and I can't give that unless I'm specifically hired to be an agent. Okay, so that's the first real main reason why you want to sign the buyer's agency agreement. And when we talk about my advice and my counsel, let's imagine this. You and I have been talking on the phone or via email, and you've found some great houses. You've already started talking to a lender, and now it's time to go take a look. So we meet at the first house, and you like the house, but you say to me, Liz, is this a fair price? Well, if we don't have a signed buyer's agency agreement, I can't give you my opinion on the price. And I know that's what you really want. So again, it just makes sense that you would sign a buyer's agency agreement so you can get what you really want from the licensee. Now, the second thing about the exclusive right to buy listing agreement or buyer's agency is that it specifies exactly what my job duties are. It's like an employment contract between you and me. And you want to know exactly what you can expect from me as your agent, or if I'm working as a transaction broker. And that's what this employment contract actually does. So it's important that you have a very clear understanding of exactly what I do and what I don't do. And that's, again, why we want a signed buyer's agency agreement, because my duties do change depending on whether I'm an agent or a transaction broker for you. Now, the other thing that's important to know is that on this buyer's agency agreement, it does specify exactly how much money I make and who's going to pay me. right? So if you're concerned at all that you might be on the hook for paying my fee, you'd want to have a signed buyer's agency agreement with the right box checked that says, no, Liz should get paid from the listing broker or the seller, but not from me. So again, having that signed will make you feel more confident and more secure in who is paying me and how much. Lastly, there is a beginning and an ending date on the exclusive right to buy listing agreement, so you know exactly how long you and I will be working together. Now, we can always extend it if we need to, but if for some reason things aren't working out between us, wouldn't you rather know exactly when our agreement to work together is going to be terminated? I think you do. All right, I will tell you as kind of a friendly warning, there are brokers out there who don't get signed buyer's agency agreements. They wait until the very last minute, like at the time they're making an offer for you. And throughout that whole time, I want you to know that they have been violating license law if they've been walking and talking like an agent and didn't have a signed agency agreement. And is that really somebody that you want to be working with? I would say no. So don't fall for any kind of lazy broker who doesn't get the required documents signed by as required by the state of Colorado. Work with somebody who cares about their business, cares about their industry, and frankly, really cares about you. And they're willing to sign an employment agreement with you so you know exactly what they should be doing and when. I hope this has cleared up some questions about why you should sign a buyer's agency agreement when you're buying a home in Colorado Springs. As always, my name is Liz Bowen, and what's important to you is important to me.